Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and this is my new segment, A Look Inside Comics, and it's featuring my pick of the week, along with some honorable mentions for the week of September 7th, 2011, and today is the 9th. It is a Friday. And I'm also doing a HD format, so please let me know if you like this HD format or if you prefer my lower res that I usually post. And first up here for a look inside comics is my pick of the week, and that is Batman Detective Comics #1. Now, I do want to say that some of you really like this comic, and others weren't quite impressed. I want to go ahead and mention Ghost Critic. I really respect his comic reviews, and I know that he wasn't too thrilled with this comic. And everything he mentioned, I completely understand his point of view. I would like, though, to say that I really liked it, and I'll show you why. First off, I'd like to say I'm a Batman fan. I really am. I really enjoy Batman, so when a Batman story has a classic feel to it, I see that as a bonus and not this is, something that was seen before feeling, me personally, because I am a Batman fan. But I can see maybe some people who aren't really super into reading a lot of Batman, that maybe you would be reading this and thinking that it wasn't like super fresh. I felt it was fresh, and let me show you why. First off, the artwork by Ryan Winn is gorgeous. The storytelling by Tony Daniel is also really good. Now, this is going to have a little bit of mature content, teen and up, nothing massive, but I did mention in my reviews that this is a Joker that really scares me. So there is a little bit of blood, and I'll try not to show stuff that I think might be offensive, but first off here is this artwork. Okay, this is really creepy. It's really scary. Also, this style of Winn, I believe that was Winn, right? Yeah. This style of Ryan Winn, it's really cool. It's kind of like a combination between Jim Lee and Frank Miller, and I know that's a really weird combo to say it looks like, but it kind of had that feel for me. It wasn't quite as pretty as Lee, but it had a lot of the grittiness that Miller has, but being a lot cleaner and a lot better to look at. I mean, I love Frank Miller, but sometimes he's hard to look at when he's drawing a full comic because he does some ugly stuff. But it's really gritty, and it has that feel. This is kind of a combination between good looking and gritty. And here's a really great 2-page spread here of Batman, and I think you can see what I'm talking about. Again, a really scary Joker. This Joker is insane, and he will kill you, and he will kill you in ways that will be scaring the poop out of you as you're dying. I mean, he's really intense. Here again, the action sequences I thought were just really well done. I really liked the way that he drew both Batman and the Joker. Now, the story was, I felt, a really good story. Now, it's just the first issue, but for a first issue, it was my favorite, not only of the week, but of the New 52 thus far. And it was because I really felt like I got a lot. I mean, a lot was going on. I felt that nothing was rushed, but at the same time, it had a really fast pace. And that's hard to do. It really is. Here we have some more artwork. Now, this let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. But check out this panel right here up top of Batman. I mean, that looks very Lee-ish, doesn't it? I like that. And this is a compliment, by the way. I'm not saying that he doesn't have his own style, because he does. I just think his style is really good. A really nice combo of attractive yet gritty. I do want to mention again that a Ghost Critic also mentioned that he felt like Batman was not as sharp as he usually is. And I just want to say that this is a reboot of the new DCU, and the characters are a lot younger. I mean, look at Gordon here, Commissioner Gordon. He even looks quite a bit younger than usual. So we have to remember that we're going to a younger Batman, a Batman that is experienced but doesn't have the vast experience that he had in old DCU. This is a much younger Bruce Wayne, a much younger Batman, and we have to remember that. So I like that. I like that he's still the world's greatest detective, but he still has a learning curve that he is adjusting to. And when he's going against the Joker, he really has to, dot his I's and cross his T's, because the Joker is so unpredictable. That is why the Joker is always given Batman such a hard time, because he's hard to figure out, even though Batman is the one person who can figure him out. So I really liked this. I haven't personally read a Batman and Joker, great comic book in a while. It's been a long time. We have our classics that are still part of the storyline. They did happen, kind of a thing. But it's been a while since I read it in a regular comic that was this good, and this is really good. And I really, for all of any of you that are just wondering if this is for you or not, pick up the first issue. Pick up the first issue. You might feel like Ghost Critic, who I totally respect, or you might feel like me, who just really enjoy the heck out of it. Again, just really good artwork, and the emotions and the intensity really come across on the pages. So this was a great book, and here is a bit of a spoiler. Okay, maybe I won't show it. It's a spoiler. It's a really cool last panel, but definitely an intense comic. Definitely, it's teen and rated up, but it's definitely like the very top of teen. It's really creepy, and a really great start for Batman Detective Comics. I love this comic. Now, for my honorable mentions, I will show a little bit of these, but not quite as much. First up is honorable mention is Batgirl #1. This was a really good issue and a really strong start. Simone is doing fantastic work here, and I believe the artist's name is Aiden Safe, I think. He has a really great art style that I think goes really well with Gail Simone's writing. And I'll show you some of my, some really cool panels here. Again, it's a real clean art style. It's very attractive. There's a lot going on here. And this is a much younger Barbara Gordon. And here's a really cool move right here. I mean, that's up here at the top. That's pretty awesome. Again, I just really was enjoying the pace of the story here, and I thought the writing was just perfect, and the art style was just really nice. Now here is what I mentioned before. They do kind of talk about a little bit the Killing Joke. This is directly from the Killing Joke. This is what happened, and you can see her being shot, and then she wakes up, and she just mentioned the bullet didn't defeat her, and they don't really go onto it much after that. So a really good comic, really beautifully done, and it looks like Batgirl is going to be a great ride, and it just missed out being my pick of the week. Okay, so next up is another honorable mention. I do want to say that I did enjoy this very, very much, though I had a few issues, but my issues were minor. They weren't major. I also want to say that I was kind of ragging on it a little bit because I felt that it wasn't long enough, but when I went back and read it again, I kind of compared the size to the other #1s, And this is a larger number one. It's slightly larger than your standard comic, and I guess I must have just enjoyed it more than I thought, because I got through the book pretty quickly and it just felt like it wasn't long enough. But to be fair, it is a thicker comic than your average size first issue. They gave us a few extra pages, so I do want to correct myself there. But I thought the art style was pretty cool. I did mention I might need to grow on me a little bit, but when I read it the second time, I found myself enjoying it quite a bit more. This is a pretty cool scene here. Now, his power set is still Superman, but he is not quite the I'm pushing a moon with one hand Superman. He's more of, you know, when he's stopping a train or when he's doing these super feats, he has to, you know, use some efforts, which I really like, because people always say that Superman's not relatable. I always felt he was extremely relatable, and that's because I really liked his values. I always was drawn to Superman's, Clark Kent's, the Kent family's family values, and that he was such a good person, a good-hearted person. I think that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about at this point, is that I don't want us to lose that Superman. I like him having attitude. I like him being not quite the ultra-powerful guy, but just a very powerful Superman who is still learning his limits. And I think that I hope he doesn't get too edgy to the point where we don't have that Superman that we love. So, an excellent comic, and it's a great start to Action Comics. And last here is a Marvel that's an honorable mention for me. This was a great comic. I kind of was said a few things about the artwork that were critical, but not really. So I kind of wanted to show you guys that I do think this artwork is beautiful. I know this artist is quite famous for doing, you know, like art galleries and stuff. So I didn't want to say that it wasn't attractive. It was actually really cool. The only thing was, you know, there were some scenes here with X-23 that she looked awkward in her two-piece costume, and if I felt like they could have switched and gave her another uniform or costume, if the artist, who I think is a great artist, would draw, was going to draw her so uncomfortably in this uniform. But that's just me. Maybe you guys don't feel that way. But the artwork itself was absolutely gorgeous. It was really unique style, and there were a few pages in here that were just really breathtaking, and I want to show those. The story itself was a really good story. This is a second part to a continuation of her and the FF, and the last one was really good. So here is you know, one of my favorite arts pictures here in the book. Now this artist, he has a website, and I've seen it before, and he does do great work. He has this thing he does where certain things are out of focus, so it makes you look as if you're looking, you're there peeking at them, or maybe it's a photograph. So stuff like that is just absolutely great and beautiful. There's a few awkward poses, but that's kind of his style, so you know, it's really your own taste. But story is great, and the comic is very good. And with that said, those are my comics I wanted to show you guys. Hope you guys like this segment, and again, let me know if you like this HD format, or if you prefer my lower res format. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.